and today too. If you haven't yet watched the noting animation, I really recommend that you watch that. I think it really helps with this particular technique because it's easy to approach this particular technique in a way that almost as though we're using it to try and either get rid of thoughts or to tell ourselves off when we realize the mind has wandered off. But that's not really the idea of it. The idea is to simply recognize when the mind is distracted. In noting it, it kind of gives us a sense of not only of clarity, but also a sense of having dealt with it in some way. So it makes it easier to let go of. So we're going into this exercise with a sense of interest, openness, curiosity. Just starting to notice more how we approach the feeling of restlessness rather than how we can control or get rid of the restlessness. It's really important that we have that intention each day when we begin this exercise. So starting today in just that way, making sure that you're sat comfortably, whether you're on a chair, on the floor, eyes open, a soft focus, taking in the entire space around you. And then when you're ready, just taking some big deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with the next out breath, as you close the eyes, just feeling the weight of the body press down. Feeling the contact of the feet or the legs on the floor, the hands and the arms resting on the legs. And just settling back into the different sounds, just allowing them to come and go. And as you bring the attention back to the body now, starting to notice how the body feels today. In that sense of curiosity, not wanting it to be a certain way, but just noticing how it is. And if it helps, just starting at the top of the head, just scanning down through the body, building up a picture of what feels comfortable and what feels uncomfortable. So as you scan down, just starting to notice that movement of breath. Noticing where in the body you feel it. Again, just allow the mind to do whatever it wants to do. Just gently resting the attention on the rising and falling sensation of the breath. as you continue to follow the breath. Just starting to notice how each breath is a little different. Perhaps some longer, some shorter. Just settling in to whatever rhythm the body's breathing in right now. And now, if you find it helpful, just starting to count the breaths as they pass. So remember, at any stage, if you realize the mind has wandered, pausing for a moment. There's no hurry with noting. Take all the time you need. Just to recognize, acknowledge. Is it thinking or feeling? Letting it go and coming back to the breath. And as you continue to follow the breath, just noticing if there's any desire for the mind to behave in a certain way, any resistance to thinking. Knowing that we don't have to be involved in any of that, we simply realize when it's wandered. We label it, oh yeah, thinking. Oh yeah, feeling. Let it go and come back to the breath again. And then now letting go of that focus on the breath. If the mind's been wanting to think, just let it think now. Just taking a moment to let the mind be completely free. And just bringing the attention now back to the body. Coming back to that feeling of contact and weight. Starting to notice the space around you again, particularly any sounds. And as you take a moment, as you open your eyes, As always, just pausing to notice how you feel right now. Reflecting on how you felt when you first sat down, just noticing the difference. And again, as you go through your day today, right now, so just at the very, very beginning of this technique, the very beginning of this pack, just understanding the patterns of restlessness in your life. Do you experience it more as a physical sensation, or is it more a sense of a constantly busy mind? Is it always busy, or is it sometimes quiet? Continuing to notice patterns throughout the day. And as we continue throughout the pack, we'll look at how we can integrate this technique into those moments to break those cycles of restlessness. I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for day 3.